Penis. Hold on. Floss. Easy. Thank God. Whew. Shadow, how's it going, man? How you doing? Damn, floss? Really? Before gloss. Oh, so stupid. Pushcar, how's it going? Unknown, how's it going? Zaza, yo. Silver, how's it going? Silver, I don't think I've seen you here before, man. How you doing? Are you normally a VOD viewer or just first time here? I don't think I've seen that name before. First time here? Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you for popping by. Appreciate you. Silver, go to like that. He already rank 1. Okay, first of all, okay, listen, I'm not... You're already in the Discord? Oh, I see. Listen, okay, I'm coming back after a long hiatus, okay, because... Oh, you mean rank 1 in chat. I'm so sorry. I'm so on edge against Zaza. I thought you were talking shit about my rank. I was like, motherfucker, don't call plat silver, okay? Okay, oh, okay, I get it. Okay, I was so on edge. I was about to rip into you for a second, Zaza. MX, Among, how's it going, guys? How you doing? Okay, alright, that's that done. Let's go to connections. MetaZoo? Alright, MetaZoo. Okay, we can do MetaZoo after this. I'm dog shit at that, though. Polyhedron. I am a hater. Fuck you, Zaza. Caveat, range. Okay, caveat, strings, catch. Like, fine print, yeah. Rip it. Okay, don't say it like that, Pushka. You're making it weird, okay? Register. Pitch. Dick. Range. Tone. Pitch. Just about to say English ain't even my second language. How much is something that isn't understandable? Don't even sweat it, dude. We don't judge around here. You're gonna see one of our goats, Alma, come in, who's I think second or third language is English too. We love her. I think I'm like 99. Register? Oh, register. You are right. So yeah, thank you. Okay, and we love Alma. Okay, so we don't judge around here. We're gonna make fun of you for who you are intrinsically, not because you said something stupid. Don't worry. Mother, Clock, Jane, Spot. What the fuck are any of these? Build. Chris, how's it going? That's a bad place to just enter stream. Building polyhedron. Building clock polyhedron. Cliff. Yeah, we'll do 531 at least, Chris. Oh, perfect Wordle connection. Perfect connections. Wordle in 5, which is kind of disappointing because I should have had it in 4, but whatever. We'll take it. Dick and Jane. Dick and Jane. I'm a child. MetaZoo, right? MetaZoo? MetaZoo? Yeah. Today's animal. Okay, let's do dog. A superorder of placental mammals that are grouped together. Bats, kind of a... Let's go to like tiger. See where that leads us. No, okay. Okay, so if carnivore is here, then it must be a herbivore on that side. So something in that order that's like a... Is a sloth a mammal? No, okay. I think you're... Okay, why are... Okay, that's a very oddly specific number for some fucking reason. And I'm not gonna lie, even then that's... Well, there is... Yeah, I guess omnivore too. Bear? But a bear isn't a... Bear's not a mammal, right? It's too brown bear. No, see? Take a test. Bro, if you can find me an online IQ test, then I'll do one. How the fuck do you let Dara do it better than you? At least she puts part numbers in stream titles. Bro, I just go back later and then just add chapters, okay? Shut up, God. Don't compare me to her. Okay, let's go deer, maybe? Okay. Oh, okay. Pecora is an infra-order of even-toed hoofed animals with ruminant digestion. Most have cranial appendages projecting from their frontal bone. Okay. So, like mountain goats? Oh, okay, better still. I legit hate my right eye vision. It's nerfing my left eye vision so much. Do you just have like, I assume you have like, you need glasses in your right eye, but your left eye vision's perfect, I assume, Ace? Because like, my vision is not perfect anymore, but the difference is like, between my eyes is so minimal that it's like kind of fine. I think it's like, negative 0.75 and negative 1 or something like this. Last chapter was mentioned 2 months ago. Seriously? Okay, I'll go back today and I'll fix it. Nagito. Okay, such as, so we can go to like a ram maybe? Okay, no, so we split off from that order. So I can't see the Discord. I can't even see the Discord that I get disconnected from the stream. Being on phone is awful. In the middle of nowhere. All right, no worries, Nagito. Appreciate you coming by, buddy. I'll put in the chapter titles today. I promise. I'll do that. Bovate. Cow? I don't know. Okay, now we're really close. Bos is a genus of bovines which includes, amongst other, wild and domestic cattle. So it's something really close to cow. What's genealogically really similar to cow? Any ideas? I got no fucking clues. Okay, I'm not. This ain't my shtick. 12 remaining? Hey, I don't think I'm doing that bad. A bull? I don't think that would... What are you talking about? Are you dumb, Zaza? Or am I dumb? Are you... Can we all agree Zaza's a fucking idiot? Does that make no fucking sense? Wait, hold on. Okay. You said similar to cow. Hold on. That's not a thing, man. Okay, what would... Okay, give me a hint. Give me... Do it? No, do I need a hint? Fuck it, give me a hint. How do I take a hint, bro? Fuck, god damn it, motherfucker. Okay, genealogically, what's very similar to a cow? Pushkar, I fucking hate you for recommending this game, okay? This game fucking sucks ass. Why are you making me do this? Oh, a buffalo might actually... Okay. That might actually... No. No. You gotta think at least once a day. Bison. I don't fucking know, bro. What are you doing? What is this shit doing to me? This shit is so ass. Okay, oh, a yak, maybe. Okay, I'm giving this like... Thank you, Chris! Thank you! Oh my god. Finally, get me the fuck out of this piece of shit. I don't fucking ever want to play this again. Oh my god. Let's go! Let's go! Oh. Fuck yeah. So quick. So good. We should try Don't Wordle. Fuck it. Okay, we'll do that instead of... We'll do that instead of Chested, and then we'll call it, okay? Don't Wordle is just like Wordle, but the opposite. In Wordle, the goal is to guess a particular 5-letter word in 6 or fewer tries. In Wordle, the goal is not to get the word. The catch is that your attempts must respect the information that you have learned. Once you have placed a letter correctly, the future guesses must contain the same letter in the same position. Once you place a correct letter in an incorrect position, the future guesses must contain that letter in a different location. Okay. Once letters have been eliminated, they can no longer be used. Okay, so I ideally want to start with like the most shit starting word possible. No, that has like the most common letter in the English language. Let's do this. Not bad, okay. Is this a word? Stop. That can't be a word. That's also not a word. Oh, that may be a word, but the K's been eliminated, so that doesn't work. Okay. Oh my god, there's only 388 words available? What? Why did it drop so much? What? How did I fucking decimate it? That was such a shit word. No, S doesn't... Fuck. Wait, what? What was the error here? Oh, E can't be fucking. Fret. Edify? Edify is not a bad one. Oh, that is such a bad one. Oh my god. Zaza, you're actually throwing, bro. You're so... Oh my god. Zaza, what are you doing? What have you done? You gave me a bad kill. Genuinely fucking leave. Oh my god. I'm gonna start fucking saying fucking cancelable shit to you. Get the fuck out of stream. Oh, this motherfucker. Oh, this is so cooked. Get me out of here. Nope, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Nope, I'm taking it back. You still have to do the test. Bro, we will do the test after reading. Okay, I'm not doing this right now. I gotta start reading eventually. No, you know what? I will win this game even with your shit word. Fucking watch this, okay? Fine. Even with it, I will still win. Kami, he's back. Oh my god, he's back, baby. Dude, this word. Four words. Okay, there's a chance. There's a chance, boys. It's low, but there's a chance I can do this. Hold on. No, N doesn't work. Okay, everything else here would work. Okay. It's a... Yeah, it... No, okay. So... This is not a word. Hold on. Oh, fuck. Shit. Oh, that was so close. Even with fucking Zaza's dog shit word, we almost had it. Even with Zaza's dog shit word, I almost had it. Okay? This is how I want you to know, Zaza. I'm fucking way smarter than you, okay? Whatever you do, I would still win, okay? Fuck you. Okay, now that I know the word, can I... Okay. Now that I know the word, is there a chance? Okay. Okay, so if I try to do something with, like, R... No. There's a way. Okay, there's a way. There's something to be done here. Okay. There's something to be done here. Okay, fuck it. Okay, we're gonna spend all the fucking stream doing this if I fucking have to. Okay, I'm not letting Zazo. If it was anyone else, we could get. We can't do fried. F is out. If it was anyone else, I would just leave. It's Zaza. I can't let that fuck win. Okay, anyone else, I'd just be like, fine, take the win. I don't really give a shit. Okay, fine, whatever, you win. Whatever. Chris, instead of being sad, help me, damn it. Hold on. Okay. What if it's like an unconventional letter? What if it's like... Okay, the word was dried. Thank you, Silver. I too believe we can do this. Hold on, sorry. Noisette, how's it going? The music is kind of perfect though, isn't it, Unknown? Yeah, exactly. Fucking... Hold on. D, fuck. Dude, my viewership is tanking, but I do not care. Hold on. Okay, okay, fine. I will finish this out. I will finish this after reading. I don't care. I will fucking beat this. I do not care if I have to spend my whole fucking day here, okay? Yeah, I don't care. I will beat it, Zaza. I will. Four words, there's a 4 words, there's a chance, okay? There is. I will beat this. And I will laugh. I will laugh in your face. I will piss on your grave. Having known that I beat you. Keep stalling, I'm making breakfast. Alright. We can't see your screen. No, I'm gonna start reading. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna start reading. Just give me 2 seconds. What chapter are we? 3. Fuck me. 525. Okay. What about Don't Wordle? I will finish it after stream. I don't want to keep everyone fucking waiting here, but I will. I'm gonna lean back, bring the mic closer. Yeah, I will, Chris. Yeah, give me 2 minutes. I will never concede defeat to you, okay? Again, literally anyone else, whatever, they can have it. I don't care, okay? My self-worth does not rely on you. So the actual word in Don't Wordle is dries, right? Because dried, it didn't work, so it has to be dries. Okay, so I just gotta do something to keep me away from the letter S, and then I can win. No, it's okay, Silver, it's okay. I appreciate you, but I'm not gonna make you guys go through that, okay? It's fine. I was the one who discovered Don't Wordle today. Now you get to kill yourself, okay? I don't ever want to see you in stream again. It's over. What music is this? It's just Witcher 3 music. Witcher 3 Toussaint track 16. It's good shit, right? Okay. I'll send you the exact link I'm using if you want. It's track 16. They're all every single song used in the video is separated with like chapters. It's the one we're listening to right now is 16. Lumen wasn't sure if he should attribute the misfortune of Demon Warlock Berman taking the banknotes, coins, and gold from the safe to the Symphony of Hatred. After all, send music and music. Oh right. Oh yeah. Thank you, Kami. Do you want me to send it? Because I know yesterday you were having troubles joining. I'll try sending it, but we'll see if it works. If not, I can join yours. That's okay. Okay. Lumen wasn't sure if he should... after all, he hadn't arrived at 16 Rue Corius and hadn't utilized General Phillips' blackened bone flute. Its abilities likely weren't potent enough to rewind the past. Fidel, however, living up to his name as a prominent merchant, had numerous wallets stashed in various clothes. Lumen revealed a total of 30,000 Verl d'Or. This provided a modicum of relief. Upon hearing the arrival of the carriage outside, Lumen left Fidel's bedroom and turned the adjacent room. He suspected it was the patrolling constable here to investigate the explosion. The room was tidy and clean, and yet a faint, uncomfortable smell lingered. Entering the room felt like stepping into a catacomb, surrounded by the marks of his own kind and their deaths. This should be a demon warlock's room. It allowed him to protect Fidel in the shortest time possible, but he ultimately killed him. What a joke. This story tells us that the most important condition for choosing a bodyguard is stability, clearly. At that moment, the constables had already pushed open the house's door, revealing spilled blood and scattered flesh everywhere. One of them swiftly drew his revolver and the other blew a whistle. Lumen's gaze focused on the blackened marks in the room, the blood, suspected to be old. Berman once killed a special creature in this room to complete her experiment, Lumin muttered. He didn't assume it was Berman's blood because he believed that the other party wouldn't leave behind such a crucial item. If a Beyonder skilled in curses obtained it, Berman would be in grave danger. In contrast, Berman's blood and flesh were more likely to be found in the master bedroom of the room 5 of the Flying Bird's first-class cabin. He had suffered many severe injuries in that room. Of course, the blanket explosion and the subsequent intense combustion might have likely rendered the ingredients inactive. Lumion crouched down and retrieved a glass bottle from his traveler bag and scraped away the black marks on the wall and stored them inside. After completing this, Lumin cleared any potential traces, hair, skin, and other items, and teleported away. Upon returning to the Flying Bird, he immediately inspected the previous battlefield, now reduced to ruins, scattered with charred and shattered remnants. Metal walls bore marks of distortions on minor cracks, remnants of the intense encounter. The lingering gases from the burning carpet and items slowly dissipated. After Berman triggered the trap at the exit, the bottle of fiction had dissipated. Lumin focused on examining the windowsill, finding charred remnants. Lumin exhaled and departed from room 5. Philip, the security supervisor, leaned against the shipboard. "Where's your lover?" Lumin asked. Her destination is Port Farim. Apparently, she was heading to a relative's plantation. "Something to celebrate. That means you'll have a new lover, I suppose," Lumin said. "Please allow me to be downcast for another 2 days," Philip responded. "Did you just return from the port? Why didn't I see you aboard the ship?" Philip asked. "I've been in my room the whole time. There was a minor accident at the party just now that set the master bedroom ablaze. Many things were burned. Get someone to fix it," Lumin explained. "Party ablaze? What happened to your room? I didn't hear anything." "A passionate guest made an appearance. The actions were extreme." I do, Unknown. I do. I genuinely like this persona. It's good. It's very Gehrman-esque, but I mean, I like Gehrman, so I'm not complaining. Whatever. "Really?" Philip asked. "No. Do you want to hear the real reason?" "There's a need for compensation for such damage." Philip fell silent. "We'll charge you the repair fee. Fortunately, we're still in the port. We can replenish various items pretty quickly." "Bug, how's it going, man?" And Lumin handed over a stack of banknotes. "This is the repair fee. I hope it can be completed tomorrow. If it's too much, consider it a tip. If it's too little, ask me for more." Philip took the money, frowning as he weighed the banknotes. "What did you do?" Lumin smiled, turned around, and simply left. Observing him disappear, Philip counted the stack of banknotes. 2,000 Vril d'Or? Did he blow up the whole room? Philip was shocked, but I didn't hear anything. That night, Philip slept in a recliner, initially planning to summon Jenna's rabbit and write Franca a letter about Burlock? What the fuck was his name? I forgot already. Holy shit. Berman. I'm sorry. However, he remembered that Franca might still be awake, while Jenna was already asleep. Patiently waiting until the morning, Lumin set up a ritual using a rabbit-shaped spirit that wanders about the unfounded. Today's rabbit chisel, unlike the last time, wore a pair of indistinct gold glasses. Handing the letter and the glass bottle containing the blood, Lumin asked, "Why are you wearing glasses?" "I learned this from a novel given by the Seven of Cups." "What did she give you?" "The last time I helped you deliver a letter, she didn't have any other books, so she could only lend me one of her newly purchased ones. The novel is called The Adventure of One, for a show of strength." Oh, of course. As expected, Lumin thought. After Rabbit Chasel left, Ludwig and Lugano woke up, with the former casting a glance at Lumin's bedroom before eating his breakfast. "Was there a fire last night?" Lugano asked. "It happened while you were engrossed with a certain lady. I dealt with it." "Oh." Choosing to explore local delicacies in Port Farim rather than enjoying the ship's breakfast, Lumin disembarked. Shortly after, Philip, the security supervisor, arrived, standing in the doorway. By the way, Kami, were you able to join or still no? Because I don't see you here, but... Standing in the doorway of the charred room, Philip was stunned. "You call this a minor accident?" Even if it was blasted by cannons, it couldn't be worse than this. Such power didn't affect the room's exterior. Even the damage to the walls is repairable. How? No wonder he gave 2,000. Kitchen? Oh, okay. In the Sun Square open air market. Okay, motherfucker, damn, just say that, goddamn. Okay. Lumion enjoyed a tortilla filled with various fruit cubes and sipped a peculiar coffee laced with salt. Occasionally, he treated himself to a roasted sausage, relishing the sizzly delicacy. Approaching the end of the market, he encountered Batna Comte. Something happened to your employer? He asked. What happened? Lumina asked. It's Berman. He killed Fidel's family and all his servants. Batna's relief was evident. So everyone at 16 Rue Corius fell victim to Berman? Yes, Batna confirmed. Remember how I blindfolded myself yesterday, hoping fate would guide me to uncover clues about Berman? Do you recall where we ended up? 16 Rue Corius. He looked up at Lumion in shock and fear. The destination for Berman's next target. Without waiting for Lumen's response, Batna mumbled, "Are you a blessed of luck?" "No, of calamity," Lumen replied inwardly. As his thoughts raced, Batna formed a new hypothesis. Could this be Berman himself? He had investigated the explosion, returning to flaunt his prowess. Such an explanation seemed far more plausible than being blessed. Lumen glanced at Batna's expression. "Don't tell me you think I'm Berman. How long have I even been here?" "That's it. Something happened the first night you arrived. When the quartier de Black Pearls exploded, I was in the cathedral praying," Lumion said with amusement. Batna pondered and felt a little more relaxed. "Yesterday, I didn't expect to encounter anything related to Berman while walking blindfolded. I just found it fun." He spoke the truth. However, he couldn't shake the suspicion that the corruption caused by 001 may be more severe than he thought. Of course, he couldn't rule out the possibility that Trier, a seal from Fourth Epoch, had effectively suppressed the issues within him. The excuse of finding it fun barely convinced Batna. Yet the other party would sporadically set traps just for the fun of it. Anyone treating him as an idiot would end up becoming one. Perhaps yesterday I truly was blessed by luck. Lumen's reasoning convinced Batna that Berman's continuous evasion and access to resources stemmed from his close symbiotic relationship with Fidel, a prominent merchant, and the subsequent tragedy likely resulted from pressure exerted by the official Beyonders, leading to an eternal strife. What a shame. If I had sold the clues about Berman's close connection to Fidel to the authorities, I could have gotten quite a bounty. No, without evidence, the authorities wouldn't buy it. Can't tell them we stumbled onto clues blindfolded, blessed by luck, now would we? "Can't you fabricate some evidence to back up the clues?" Lumen chuckled. "Say you spotted someone suspicious at Fidel's door. Maybe Berman. Let the official Beyonders confirm it. They'll uncover the truth. That'd work? Why not? If you truly found Berman, tell them not to sweat the details. Just ask if the clues are legit and if they helped capture Berman. If they miss him, it's a small scam at worst. Official Beyonders can take tips from adventurers without solid certainty, right? They'd miss genuine info otherwise." Lumen's words left Batna silent as he asked, "Don't tell me you've got Islander blood." Damn. He said, "Bro, you're a scam artist." Lumen replied casually, "Knew an Islander in Trier, quite the con artist." With a flicker of interest, Lumen raised his left hand, pinching his eye socket. "How long have you been adventuring?" He glanced at Batna, still so green. "Just over a year. It's just that I stick to the rules with the authorities. I'm more adaptable when dealing with pirates and others. Adventurers slipping clues to the authorities also dabble in deceit, right? They scam if they can." After observing Batna's silence, Lumen finished up his coffee and glanced back at the market, trying not to go to the morgue, cemetery, or other places for the time being. Just as Batna was about to ask why, he understood the advice. Without Fidel to provide resources, Berman may feel compelled to take action himself. Before long, his messenger, Penitent Banefell, arrived. Franca, based on your latest account and the discussion with 007, I suspect Berman has been compelled to switch sequences. Originally a warlock, but to revive his wife, he switched to the death pathway, went half mad, becoming half human, half monster. Though this could be explained as a warlock receiving an evil god's boon, your situation doesn't align. No cases of Beyonder powers from two pathways fusing and mutating him documented. It was evident in your clash with Berman. The Eye of Illusory you mentioned is the Eye of Mystery Prying, revealing the side of reality, but also displayed the death pathway's suppression of the spirit body or even enslavement. As far as I know, the death pathway gains the Eye of Death ability at sequence 8 Gravedigger. Did it fuse with the Eye of Mystery Prying, forming that Eye of Illusory? Embedded vertically in his forehead, illusory and blurry, a deep purple bordering on black with numerous pale white patterns, undeniably a fusion of mystery prying and death. White feather-like fur, decaying wounds, control over various undead creatures, unstable emotions and extreme actions, all confirm to point, serve to prove my hypothesis. The origins of the old blood are peculiar. I've conducted magic mirror divination several times and consulted various entities, and all I've gleaned is that it is from the depths of the spirit world, nothing else. How determined and desperate must Berman be when he chose to consume the death pathway potion? Well, Beyonders didn't know that they could switch pathways to neighboring ones at certain sequences. They believed once a pathway was chosen it couldn't be altered, and forced consumption of other pathways always led to madness. Moreover, mystery prying and death weren't adjacent pathways anyway. Berman wouldn't have drank the death pathway without a resolve bordering on death to revive his wife. Satch. Franca's letter ended with, "Don't fret. Berman's mental state will soon cause him to resurface without Fidel's support. He may succeed once or twice in gathering materials, but it won't last. Official Beyonders will deal with him soon." Lumin glanced at Banefell, soon yet to depart. "Help me deliver my reply to the sender." Soon he penned a line. "I'll kill Berman ASAP." "Why?" Banefell returned with Franca's reply. "I wish to punish him for his crimes and end his pain." Folding the letter, Lumin handed it back to Banefell and asked, "Don't you find it troublesome to send letters back and forth?" After delivering the letter, Banefell didn't depart immediately, instead waiting for a potential reply. This time, he remained silent. "Being busy makes me feel better. It's better to have something to do than always watch the darkness." Bro, he literally just said, he's like, I'm going through like a depressive spout, and this gets me out of the house, so like, the fresh air just makes me feel a little better. So like, I don't mind. This is fine. Lumin listened quietly while responding, watching Banefell leave. He empathized with those words. Franca didn't stop Lumin. Her reply succinct: "Be careful." Under the sunlight, Port Farim appeared to be tinged with a golden hue. Lumin lingered by the window, contemplating the whereabouts of Berman. During his rescue the previous night, Berman had slipped into a deep coma, unable to direct the undead creatures he controlled. Therefore, the undead must have been relying on their instincts and routines to transport Berman to a safe haven. Ordinarily, Fidel's residence would be his choice, yet when Lumin scoured the premises, he found no traces. His initial assumption was that Berman had employed the creatures to eliminate Fidel's family, recognizing 16 Rue Corius as a battlefield. They sought an alternate hideout. Where, though? From his traveler bag, Lumin retrieved the information Franca had provided about Berman and the rest of the details gathered from Philip, Batna, and the others. Berman hailed from the Fog Province, also known as Winter Province, situated in the northern part of Intes, bordering the Fasak Empire. The region had all relatively rustic folk customs. His wife, Helen, a Port Farim native without islander heritage, had a grandfather who worked as a cane sugar merchant, traveling between Port Farim and Port La Sur. Born and raised on that plantation, Helen witnessed its sale due to conflicts amongst her father's generation and her grandfather's death. Eve, how's it going? Her family received a portion of the money and relocated to Port Farim. She became an adventurer after passing and met Berman. Both had experienced a fortuitous encounter during their adventures, gaining powers. They acquired property in Port Farim, planning a future away from the adventurous life as they grew old. Several years ago, along with a few group of adventurers, they rented a boat to explore the sea for treasure, unfortunately encountering monsters. Only Berman and 2 others survived. Following this incident, Berman's attempts to revive his wife took on a progressively more desperate turn. Treasure hunting at sea? Are there really that many treasures? Lumion muttered. This place held his dearest memories, remnants of the years spent with his wife. While selecting a hideout, he would lean to that area. With this in mind, Lumion continued reading. As anticipated, Berman's past experiments had unfolded near the Fog Sea archipelago, encompassing other islands and villages and towns toward the northern continent's coast. If he connected them into an irregular concentric circle, the center would end up being Port Farim. Berman uses Port Farim as a base for resurrection attempts in various places, Lumion pondered. He hadn't stirred the trouble in Port Farim before, so why the exception? If I were Berman, I'd treat Port Farim as my haven. Typically, I wouldn't disrupt the order here. He had substituted Port Farim with Cordu, believing that if his sister's death had no connection to Cordu and the peace remained, anyone daring to disturb Cordu's daily life would be his enemy. Frowning, Lumion sensed there may be a crucial detail unclear about the previous night's explosion. Could there be a reason why Berman killed Fidel and his family? Fidel, having collaborated with Berman for years, should have known about his mental state. How did the merchant not consider the possibility of repercussions? Moreover, Berman aimed to eliminate Louis Berry to conceal his collaboration with Fidel. If Fidel is dead, why silence Lumion? Perhaps Fidel had assumed he could persuade Berman to wait a few days, only for Berman to be already in a deranged state. After careful consideration, Lumion decided to re-enter Port Farim and visit Berman and Helen's former residence. Even though Berman had long sold it to fund his resurrection experiments, and it was under official Beyonder scrutiny, there remained a possibility of crucial clues. What if Berman insisted on returning? The Flying Bird security supervisor regarded Lumion with a mixed expression as Lumion descended the deck. Without mentioning the room that seemed to have been bombarded by cannons, he said, "I'll distribute the remaining repair fee to the participant workers and attendants." The implication was clear. "I've already compensated those who needed to be silenced." "Take a share for yourself too," Lumion said. "I have to put a name to be it." Kami, bro, you're such a boomer. You didn't consider that, really? It fucking tells you that, bro. Tisk. Look at how much of a boomer Kami is, though, genuinely. This motherfucker named himself Room. Oh, now you left? Okay, bro. Alright, I see how it is. Take a share for yourself, Lumion replied. Philip shook his head. Not having any more incidents like that would be the best reward for me. I'll do my best, Lumion sincerely assured. He refrained from making promises, acknowledging factors beyond his control. Unknown. If you haven't played Witcher 3, I cannot recommend it enough. It is like probably tied for my favorite game of all time, okay? I fucking love The Witcher. The everything, just okay. Hold on. He's kind of a dick, though. Listen, I made fun of Kami, and this is what I get. Okay, this is what I get. This is the name he chose. haven't played it yet. Is it on PlayStation? Oh yeah, it's on PlayStation for sure. Yeah. You can if you anytime there's like a decently big sale, you know, like a spring sale, a summer sale, or whatever sale. The Witcher 3, the Game of the Year edition with like all the DLCs and stuff will go on sale for like dummy cheap, like 10 or 15 bucks or whatever. And you can get like hundreds of hours of playtime from it. So it's like super worth it. Can't recommend enough. Everything, like the story to the ambiance to the fucking graphics, even though it's like fucking 12 years old, to like literally the music, like everything about it is just chef's kiss. Fucking love The Witcher. If and when you do buy it and you start playing, please do let me know, okay? I want to, like, so much so, I have my green screen up, or like, I have the Witcher books. Not all of them, I have the first two, but like, I read the entirety of the Witcher series after playing The Witcher 3 because I love the story so much. I was like, hold on, I really want to know what happened. So like, super recommend. I'll do my best, Lumen responded. He refrained from making promises. He also looked forward to reaching Port Santa without trouble and beginning the hunt for the key members of April Fools. Philip gazed at Lumen as if contemplating whether to report him and sighed. The lockdown will be lifted today. The ship will set sail tomorrow morning. Don't miss it. Lumen nodded and said, Has Berman been apprehended? No, but it's pretty much been confirmed that it had nothing to do with the ships at the port, nor is he hiding here. Berman even killed Fidel's family last night. They seem to be in a cooperative relationship. Perhaps Fidel wanted to betray him. At this moment, Philip shot a glance at Lumion. Last night, the battle, was it related to this? What kind of connection do you think? Lumion asked. Philip pondered, but couldn't make the connection. Observing this, Lumion waved his hand, donned his straw hat, and descended the gangway to the docks. As Lumion reached the Sun Square, he was approached by an islander man. Traveler, this is Port Frame's travel guide. It lists scenic spots, unique delicacies, and sexual entertainment venues. It'll make your stay here quite enjoyable. How much? Free! I'll give it to you for free! The government prints these for tourists, hoping to give a positive impression. Awesome, Lumion accepted. The guide detailed scenic views and recommendations, so I assume the guide is just getting close to him so he can like pickpocket him or something, and recommendations from various shops. Suddenly, Lumion swiftly drew his revolver and pressed it against the islander's head. No, no charge. I'm not lying. Is this minor situation worth drawing a gun? What's the connection between those recommended shops and you? No, they pay us to recommend them. Some of them are owned by our partners. How many are legitimate shops? 90%. 90% of them are connected to us. What about the scenery? 50%. Only the plantation and primitive tribes are connected to us. Show me the real ones, Lumen shook his head. The islander pointed out different paths, worried the gun may misfire. Only then did Lumen stow away his revolver and take the guidebook to the open-air market. Right, Cuttlefish died? Oh, Kami, that's so sad. It's over. He'd engaged the islander partly to frighten the swindler and partly because a new idea had struck him. For Berman, who had resided in Port Frame for years, were some of the delicacies and sceneries also part of memories? During setbacks, when he killed his best friend and faced defeat, would he, driven by madness, seek out places with beautiful memories? Or all thieves thing maybe racism against Japanese people? Oh, islanders. Wait, hold on, that might work. China also has a shit ton of islands, right? I don't know to what extent they're populated or anything, but couldn't also just be like internal stuff to like mainlanders having like a distrust of islander people, saying like, you know, they're all like, couldn't it also, again, obviously I know why the Chinese would dislike the Japanese. I hear they did a couple things in the 30s and 40s. You know, just a couple tiny war crimes. But it could also be that, right? During setbacks, when he killed his best friend, no, Lumen believed if he were in Berman's shoes, he would do the same. Reason may suggest that he could be tracked down and discovered. Therefore, whether it was the moonlit scenery at the lighthouse, the setting sun behind the volcano, they could all attract the patronage of Berman. In his current state, there was a good chance he would meticulously erase his tracks. Lumion made his way through the open-air market, heading towards the cliff mountains outside Farim, where Port Farim's lighthouse stood. We're gonna go bag a bounty, baby. Let's go. First ever bounty. It's a big bounty too, right? This guy has like quite a bounty, I think. Didn't they see like 600,000 or some crazy shit? Am I making that up? A crash of azure waves echoed across the cliff's base, creating a cascade of white flowers. Into the website, there's a music change. Oh, sounds good. Yeah. Oh, actually, I don't even know if this would work, Kami, because we haven't tried this yet. If I'm playing music and you switch it, how does that even work? Where am I right now? I'm at 112. Okay, thank you. Wait, hold on. And it's when I copy paste it, it retains my thing. It retains my mute at like 40% for me. That's so peak. It retains the music, the volume meter. Circling the lighthouse, reminiscent of Roselle's era, Lumion observed for nearly 15 minutes, fruitlessly searching. He didn't anticipate a direct encounter with Berman. It wasn't the time to admire the moon. Lumion simply sought to discern if Berman would visit to reminisce about his past and his wife. The lighthouse garden, with a pipe emitting the aroma of roasted tobacco leaves, offered a friendly reminder. Kid, there's nothing much to see here during the day. It's a different story in the middle of the night, though. Do people come here in the middle of the night? Lumion asked. Indeed. Those Trier playboys love bringing their dates here. Any mysterious figures? Donning hoods pretending to be warlocks? Sometimes. Thought it was just a ghostly silhouette a few times. Did he visit last night? Lumion asked. Can't say for sure. I didn't see him. Lumion didn't press further and decided to return in the early hours of the morning. In the next 3 hours, Lumion explored the truly renowned gourmet restaurants in Port Farim, asking a similar question. It became apparent that Berman exercised restraint under normal conditions, avoiding impulsive actions, seldom frequenting crowded places, and when he did, his disguise was impeccable. At 4 p.m., Lumion reached Port Farim's modest train station and spent 3 Vril d'Or for a ticket bound to the volcano mine. If he aimed to witness the sunset there, the journey had to commence. The iron-black carriage belched thick smoke as it lumbered across the railway sleepers. By the way, sorry, this is just for fucking unknowns, so sorry for everyone else, but, so, unknown, the songs that we're listening to right now, it's from, like, an expansion of Witcher 3, like a DLC, Toussaint, and Toussaint, in my books, is probably the most pretty fucking landscape I've ever seen in gaming, and this is, like, 10, 11 years old, and, like, oh my God, it's so unbelievably pretty. Sorry, okay, back to reading. If he aimed to witness the sunset there, the journey had to commence by now. The iron-black carriage belched smoke as it lumbered across the railway, gradually gaining momentum akin to a colossal giant overcoming inertia. Seated by the window, Lumion held a golden straw hat, sitting quietly. Shortly before 6 p.m., the train halted outside the volcanic mine. Adorning his hat, Lumion bypassed the mine entrance, opting for a nearby trail. As the greenery dwindled, greyish-black hues prevailed. Occasional red rocks punctuated the landscape. Approaching the mountaintop, desolation intensified. Greyish-black gravel lay dormant. Without the shelter of foliage, Lumion's vision expanded. The peculiar grandeur of this place seemed to embody the vastness and desolation of silence. Following the tourist-worn greyish-black path, Lumion advanced step by step towards the volcano's mouth. The temperature inside was notably warmer. Unbridled winds stirred, sending grayish-black gravel airborne. Fucking Christ. Okay. In this spectacle, the nearly setting sun bathed the desolate surroundings in a grayish-red glow. Pressing down on his straw hat, Lumion ventured 200 or 300 meters along the volcano's crater. Abruptly, the mountaintop wind subsided. Lumion spotted a figure standing silently on the grayish-black diagonal wall. Cloaked in a black robe and deep hood, the figure attentively watching the gradual descent of the sun. Lumion's expression remained unchanged as he approached. Sensing Lumion's approach, the hooded figure turned around, unveiling a pale white face marked by wounds. None other than Berman. Perhaps influenced by the scenery and the memories, Berman spoke. "You found this place." Lumion, who had been securing his golden hat against the wind, chuckled. If not for my illusions and hope, if I didn't have numerous enemies awaiting my discovery, I would return to my home and the nearest high mountain pastures too. The grass there is vivid and green, vast and expansive. The pale yellow flowers in full bloom. Countless sheep roam about. The sky mirrors the brilliance of gems, and the occasional drifting white clouds resemble sheep grazing on the ground. At night, the stars emerge, densely packed like diamond gravel, at the bottom of a clear river. Standing amidst the blazing sunlight and the vast, silent, grayish-black surroundings, Lumion couldn't help but reminisce about Cordoue village. Berman didn't interrupt as Lumion finished speaking, wearing a dazed expression and smiling. Helen and I thought we would come here to watch the sunset whenever we pleased, since it's just a ticket away. But she never got to come back. What happened back then? Lumion asked. We were deceived. There was something wrong in the map. We encountered sea monsters. The fucking islanders. Helen always believed they resorted to deceit and thuggery out of necessity. All the respectable positions were held by pure Intesians, but we treated them well, put our trust in them. Yet they colluded with the others and betrayed us. I'll kill them. I'll kill every fucking islander. Some of the noble Triarans are swindlers too, while others sell their bodies. I don't generalize against the islanders, but I remain cautious of certain individuals. Unknown, if you can, just try to buy one, even if it's a little bit more. Just try to buy one with all the DLCs. There's 2 DLCs for 3? Heart of Stone, Blood and Wine. I think there's only 2 main DLCs. Just make sure that you have those 2, and you're fine. Just because, like, the price difference shouldn't be much nowadays. Just make sure that I think like the Game of the Year edition should have them. Suddenly, Lumion felt inspired. Wait, was the islander who betrayed your family from the Marauder pathway? Yes. Berman's face twitched. Did he wear a monocle in his right eye? No. Berman seemed perplexed. Lumion heaved a sigh of relief. What's his name? Did he manage to kill him? His name is Marco Benito. After that incident, he vanished and I never found him. The reworked version of the earlier chapters that I'm on to either take a look, one or two, to see if they're any better off stream, maybe. Awareness, you can you're in the Discord, right? Just toss them in I think notes. You should be able to message in. Can you try to take a look and see if you can message in notes? I think you should be able to. I think you should be able to, and if you can, just toss it in there if you don't mind. Which treasure were you seeking back then? Lumian asked. Yeah, unknown. If you can, I know obviously it's like almost double the price, but if you can, I highly recommend the one with all the DLCs, because both of the DLCs are absolute fucking chef's kiss. I can't. Fucking, you know what? The whole game's just amazing. Fuck it. I'm just glazing it at this point. Who even gives a fuck? Alright. Thank you, Awareness. I appreciate you, buddy. Love you too. In the depths of the fog sea, there's an island. The inhabitants there don't age or die. Berman recalled the treasure rumors he had gathered. There's reason to believe that something incredibly precious is hidden on the island. We don't want to become enemies with the islanders. Our only hope is to infiltrate the island and steal some ageless medicine. It bears a striking resemblance to the Fountain of Unaging, Lumin remarked. The Adventure series has already hinted that it's a falsehood. We found some evidence and obtained a treasure map to the island, but the whole thing was a fucking forgery. Sea monsters wrecked our ship in order to allow me to utilize that special witchcraft. Helen stood in front of me, and I saw her get torn apart by two. I saw the despair in her eyes. And then you switch to the death pathway, Lumian asked? Yes. Only death, who controls the death domain, can bring her back. This is so sad, because we know that technically a high-ranking fucking mystery prior can actually bring back someone from the dead from Old Neil. Right? To an extent. Obviously, that could have just been a falsehood that the fucking piece of shit Hidden Sage put in. But like the mechanical bullshit that they can do at a high sequence, he was actually naturally in the right pathway, but then got deceived to go to the wrong one and just get fucking obliterated. That's so sad. They can if they died very recently? Oh, okay. I don't know about that limitation. Okay. In the treasure legend, many details suggest that only death can achieve eternal life. Understanding the mysteries of death is the key to resurrection. It's not that the islanders won't die, they can just be revived. Do you believe in that treasure? Lumian asked. Already kind of knowing the answer. I do, Berman nodded. That's because I encountered people from that island some time ago. There really is such an island. They don't age or die. Because the spirit body dissipates after a few hours, the body itself doesn't matter. Oh, I see. So the high-ranking mystery prior is able to take back the spirit body and shove it into a mechanical body. But once the spirit body dissipates, they're kind of just nothing to do. Okay, I see your point. Really? Lumian blurted out. I wanted to capture him, but he defeated me. Instead of killing me, he sympathized with my plight and imparted some knowledge of the death domain. That there is a way to bring back Helen. That cursed swindler. Fidel's attendant is nothing but a swindler. I didn't intend to rush the ritual. I wasn't prepared. But he's a swindler. I'll fucking kill him. They all deserve to die. Is he really from that island? Or could he be another swindler? Lumian realized the incident with the swindler, Roddy, had triggered Berman. There was also the influence... Oh, that's why he killed Roddy. It wasn't anything else. When Lumian came in and said, like, hey, this guy attempted to swindle me, and he was like, whatever, and kind of left, Berman just lost his shit because he was like, another fucking islander. And just fucking killed him for that. Oh, I thought he was doing it because, like, he was risking his whole plan, but that he's too out of his mind to even give a shit about that. He was literally just like, a fucking another islander. I'm gonna get him. Dude, I will say, obviously I know you're gonna play on PlayStation, so that's like another thing, but it's so much cheaper on Steam. Holy shit. $14 the complete edition. Holy shit. It's so cheap. I already have it, but you know. Crazy. What brings you here? Berman asked. I'm here to kill you. For what? A bounty? Discarding the straw hat in his hand, Lumin lowered his body and replied, "Punish your sins and put an end to your suffering." Berman seized his laughter. Bring it on, then. Okay, on an off note, can I just say, Kami is my fucking goat. I love the man. He's, oh my god. Kami, I will in time visit France, and I'm just gonna show up to your fucking farm, okay? I will. His body began to fade, growing more transparent, as if he had transformed into a being from the spirit world. In the blink of an eye, Berman vanished. Lumin made no move to intervene or evade. Calmly, he retrieved the boxing gloves adorned with black spikes and wore them. Completing this, he knelt down to one knee and pressed his hands to the ground. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of DSV. Sorry, DSV's farm. Okay. Both of you, okay? But you also live in like a small town, don't you? Crimson's flames erupted in all directions from Lumin's body, accompanied by a series of explosions. Amidst the rumbling, flames surged, dominating the grayish-black wilderness. Berman's robes materialized. He slowly floated towards Lumion, narrowing the distance between them. Lumion vanished, reappearing behind Berman. Without hesitation, he held a fireball in his left hand and harumphed, targeting Berman. Floating in midair, Berman didn't lose consciousness as he did before. His body swayed, forcibly turning around to observe Lumion. An illusory vertical eye materialized between Berman's brows, reflecting Lumion's figure amidst pale white patterns. Bro, I'm imagining like the shitty CGI third eye on like Doctor Strange right now. I'm sure it looks better than that, but that's what I'm imagining. Almost simultaneously, a lanky black shadow emerged from within Berman's body. Nearby, arms made of bones or decayed flesh and pus extended from the void, encircling Berman's transparent and thin form. He hadn't used witchcraft to quietly approach Lumin and strike. Instead, he had clandestinely swapped his spirit with an undead under his command, setting a trap to entice the enemy. In such a scenario, the absence of one's spirit body meant immunity to abilities targeting the soul body. Berman could then seize the opportunity to use the Eye of Spirit to intimidate the enemy. This time, he refrained from delving deeper into the secrets of the other party's spirit body. His goal was to uncover vulnerabilities, strike with a lethal blow, and absorb the corresponding knowledge. Having greatly suffered from the spell of Harump the last night, he had used this ability as a breakthrough. Simultaneously, Lumin experienced once again the sensation of his spirit being intimidated and suppressed. Terrifying arms, covered in festering warts, extended from the void, reaching out for him. Boom! The explosion's force was mitigated by the boxing gloves, but since they weren't fully covered, the exposed parts of Lumin's palm turned into a bloody mess. An intense, familiar pain shot through his brain, bringing him back to awareness. Seizing this moment, Lumin activated the black marks on his shoulder, vanishing and disappearing from the strange undead arms. Likewise, he remained vigilant from Berman's Eye of Illusory. The crimson, nearly white fireball in his left hand was structurally unstable. He had to divert his attention to maintain it, and couldn't sustain it when affected by the Eye of Illusory. If this failed to disrupt the Eye of Illusory's intimidation, the sea of flames below served as Lumin's second preparation. The residual aura of Elisa Tudor was his last resort. Upon vanishing, he reappeared behind Berman yet again. Prepared, Berman raised his hand and scattered like a tree. Crackling sounds followed as silver-white lightning struck Lumine's head, as though a storm ruler had unleashed divine retribution. For most Beyonders, this appeared to be enough to paralyze them, yet Lumine showed no signs. Instead, he appeared like a reflection in the water, shattered by the lightning. The real Lumine was curled up at the bottom of the figure. Berman had struck the phantom created by Niceface. Niceface was essentially an illusion, but it couldn't be cast onto others. Lumine had to rely on himself, pretending to be a root system with branches and flowers above. There was no fundamental difference between this and using the Niceface to make himself taller. Amidst the lightning, 2 fireballs materialized beneath Lumine's feet and behind him. The fireball exploded, propelling Lumine to the levitating Berman. Berman couldn't dodge Lumine in time. He could only swiftly turn his body as a bone spear sprouted from his shoulder. A grin spread across Lumine's face. He didn't evade, allowing the spear to pierce him. With a thud, he swung his left fist, delivering a powerful blow to Berman's face. Berman's head twisted, revealing a deep, stained, pus-filled hole, his eyes burning with rage. The black mark on Lumine's shoulder emitted a light yet again. He vanished, dissolving the encircling lanky black shadows and undead creatures, leaving the bone spear tainted with his blood. The wound on his shoulder was grotesque, blood dripping from it. In his hand appeared a red bone flute, the symphony of hatred. Lumine brought the flute to his lips and retreated. He played a mournful, haunting melody, once again invoking the Eye of Illusory, who was on the verge of catching up, and was frozen in astonishment. Even the undead ceased their movements. Suddenly, blood and pus seeped from Berman's eyes, as if a muffled and invisible explosion had occurred. His anger, paranoia, and thirst for revenge fueled by the symphony of hatred, inflicting a severe blow. Lumine refrained from playing the Symphony of Hatred from the outset because Berman differed from other Beyonders. Others needed to identify the problem, but with Berman, there were too many uncertainties. His mental state was unstable, burdened by issues. His overwhelming desire to revive his wife and seek revenge was palpable. His body had undergone modifications from the Death Domain, and Lumine had inflicted significant injuries on him the previous night. Faced with such an adversary, Lumine was uncertain if he were to use the Symphony of Hatred through the Shepherd's Flute. It may be manageable if it only triggered desires and emotions, but if Berman's mental state lost even the most basic remnants, he could lose control on the spot. Such a monster would likely be even more difficult than dealing with Berman himself. Hence, after the spell of Harum failed, Lumine shifted to using the boxing gloves to kindle his desires and emotions, an approach that increased the likelihood that when Lumine eventually used the Symphony of Hatred, he would exploit the target's emotions and desires. Observing Berman descend into the sea of flames, Lumine executed another spirit world traversal. He extended his hands, unleashing a relentless barrage on Berman's body. On the surface of the gloves, a crimson fireball compressed. The boxing gloves tore at Berman's flesh like a two-headed python. Crimson fireballs erupted around Lumine with no concern for waste, forming a barrier preventing the figure and other undead creatures from interfering. 1, 2, 3, Lumine's eyes fixed on the mangled Berman. At that moment, he reflected on the village destroyed by Berman and the innocent lives lost. How many were beloved wives, waiting husbands, and dependent parents and cherished children? Cordu had been annihilated due to the ambition of evil gods. What of the innocent? Lumine's eyes turned crimson as he clenched his fist. He didn't empathize with Berman right now. Instead, he placed himself in the village he had destroyed and the lives he had taken. Wasn't Cordu like this? The ambitions of these evil gods are the ones to blame. And in just a few seconds, Berman snapped out of his pain and emitted a cold, evil voice. The sound seemed to peel away Lumine's flesh, exposing his spirit body to the perilous sunlight. Lumine slowed and the grotesque arms finally reached in, dragging Berman away. Lumine exhaled and recovered. He didn't pursue and gazed silently at the void ahead, and snapped his fingers. Amidst the sudden explosion, Berman's body materialized, shattering, firing fusion. Lumine hadn't reacted irrationally at all. His optimal strategy would have been to seize the moment when Berman's emotions and desires were ignited to strike at his vital point with the Symphony of Hatred. But he yearned to repeatedly pummel the hidden version of himself that terrified him. and with a thud, Berman's head clattered to the ground, and in a daze he caught sight of a slender figure with black hair, blue eyes, and a delicate face. It was his wife, Helen. You're back? Berman couldn't help but smile and extend his arm, but he no longer had an arm. Gradually, he lost consciousness, darkness enveloping his vision, as if sunlight had lurked deep within. Demon Warlock Berman, dead. Donning the lie earring and retrieving a white bandage, Lumion wrapped it around the burned wound on his right chest and bloody left hand. Crimson flames surged around him, engulfing his blood and splattering flesh. Throughout this process, Lumion gathered the corpse fragments that Berman had scattered and piled them beside the head. He had been calculating if Berman's characteristic hadn't materialized, he would have to move the corpse to the forest behind the volcano, because the boxing gloves attracted the attention of certain entities, enabling them to command dangerous creatures to attack. In the past, Lumion would have had to leave the scene as soon as he was finished, but the battle only lasted a few seconds. The boxing gloves had already been stowed into his traveler bag, allowing him to wait a bit longer. Lumion observed various colored light spots, light purple, pale white, and pitch black, emerging from Berman's head and corpse. Among the items on the ground and torn clothes, Lumion found a diverse array of items. A miniature brain, blood dyed and resembling brass, a retractable black telescope, ointment and powder in metal canisters, a bone scepter. A bone scepter? That would be from the storm pathway, right? Because didn't the Kalvatua thing was also a bone scepter? I'm not saying it's obviously a sequence 3, but should be something in essence similar. A peculiar badge encircling the sun with bones, a soft-cover notebook in an iron box, an ordinary-looking gold ring, and scattered gold and silver coins. The deposit certificates and paper cash had likely been destroyed by the explosion in the inferno. Lumion carefully stowed away each item, sensing that 3 possessed superpowers, merely coming into contact with them. Thankfully, I had no intention of prolonging the battle with Berman. Him using these items later would have been more troublesome. To deal with a half-mad and resourceful enemy, I needed to end the battle quickly and deny him a chance to recover. Inside the soft-cover notebook lay a blood-stained treasure map. Lumion suspected it was the map that led to an island, containing records of weather patterns and markings of safe routes. The fake map sold to Berman, Lumion mused, flipping to the first page. He encountered scrawled words. My mind isn't reliable all the time. I tend to forget many things. I must record all relevant knowledge and prevent them from being forgotten. Lumion refrained from delving deeper and stowed away the treasure map and notebook. Noticed an ordinary-looking golden ring adorning Berman's finger. A striking resemblance to the gold rings found in the spoils of war, but they varied in size, texture, and quality. He removed the golden ring from Berman's finger and tied it to another golden ring with a piece of wire he had. I assume they're wedding rings? At that moment, Berman's characteristic fully materialized, merging with the parts of his corpse, resulting in 2 distinct items. Lumion carefully stowed them away, taking hold of Berman's head before vanishing. Silently, the remaining parts of Berman's body ignited, enveloping the grayish-black volcano. More than 200 meters away, Lumion retrieved his straw hat that had been blown by the wind. Oh, that is so One Piece, though. Luffy fights a fucking god, moves like hundreds of kilometers over the course of the battle. Battle finishes. Straw Hat's like 100 meters away. He's like, whew, still got it, baby. Fucking from where, bro? This bitch would have flown away to fucking oblivion. What are we talking about? You're lying. The only thing that's keeping that bitch secured is if like Shanks's hockey is like compressing it to the exact spot where it fucking laid down, okay? Bullshit. I think not, motherfucker. As he secured it on his head, he disappeared. This time, he appeared on the road beside the volcano's steam locomotive station. He glanced up at the volcano crater, witnessing the golden red sunset, the mountain top swiftly darkening. In the Cathedral of the Fool in Port Farim, Lumin adjusted his golden straw hat and approached the towering half-giant and said, "I wish to repent." The half-giant nodded. "Follow me." He led Lumion to his specialized confessional, windowless and pitch black. "I don't wish to repent in the dark," Lumion said. The giant smiled and ignited the candle, sealing the door shut. Lumion tossed a head with pale white fur and vacant eyes to the bishop's feet. "Did you commit murder?" "No. I wish to help him repent." Unknown. I don't know. We'll go to like a relatively decent place of like conclusion, because like 531 I know they said is like the minimum I have to do, but like we'll see. If I feel good, we can do like 534 or something, because like I've only been live for like a little over an hour, I think, right? Hour and a half. Yeah, like it's not, I feel pretty good. We can go for a little bit more. I don't know, 4 or 5 chapters, 6 or 7, I don't know. He is Demon Warlock Berman. Berman? You wish the church to assist you in claiming the bounty from the Intas government? As I said, I'm here to repent from him. His bounty is part of the penance, Lumin responded. The bishop struggled to comprehend. Lumin retrieved most of the items he had acquired from Berman from his bag, leaving behind the dark, soft notebook and fake treasure map. These items, some bestowed with superpowers, spelled on the ground. The bishop fell silent. The Demon Warlock's bounty stands at 600,000 world ore. These items hold considerable value too. Together, they could fetch you nearly 1 million, a substantial sum for anyone. Enough to ensure you never have to take risks. Are you certain about donating it to us and establishing a charity fund? This is his penance. Damn. That's kind of peak though. That is kind of peak though. My broke boy Klein would never though, and I wouldn't either. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would claim the bounty. I'd be like, hey, here's a solid hundo. Here's 100,000 world ore for, you know, to help. But bro, I'm not giving you nearly I'm not giving you. I'm hungry. Okay, I'm not giving you a 7-figure sum as charity. I'm not that guy, bro. I'm not fucking Bill Gates. Okay, I don't have that in me. I don't. All right, since you trust our church, we will comply with your wishes. The half-giant bishop named Theus said, "Remember my name and feel free to monitor the church's charity fund progress closely." Lumin gazed at the fool's sacred emblem and said, "Praise the fool." He then closed his eyes and prayed. "Great Lord, I implore you to punish the world for their sins and watch over our compensation. This is an atonement, but self-punishment." "What shall be the name of the charity fund?" the bishop asked. "Helen. The Helen Charity Fund." "Do we need to inform the authorities who killed Berman?" "No need, but there's no requirement to obscure it either." Lumin didn't look back and put on his hat and exited the full cathedral. Absolute cinema, say what you want. Holy shit. That's absolute cinema. Oh my god. He didn't even take the fucking, bro, I would have just been like, I would have at least gone to the fucking thing. I would have gone to the authorities, given it to them, and been, even if I wanted to donate the entire sum, okay, even if for some reason I'm feeling that generous, I would go to the authorities and say like, okay, listen, here he is. I would keep the items. Just hear me out, okay? I would give them their head and be like, okay, listen, this is Berman. My name is Louis Berry, okay? The bounty, once it is all cleared, I know it will take some time. It is a substantial sum. I wish for you to donate the entirety of it to the Church of the Fool, and then go to the guy, and then go to the guy at the cathedral, go to the bishop at the cathedral and say like, hey, they're going to be donating you a significant sum, open a charity foundation or whatever. I would, if I wanted to, I would just give the items to the fucking thing to bishop and be like, hey, you can sell these, put it towards the fund too, whatever. But then that way you at least get the fucking notoriety of being like, holy shit, this guy's kind of goated with the sauce though. But he's walking away with nothing. Why? That night, Lumin once again entered the bar beside the Sun Square. Batna Comte, as usual, sat at the bar counter, sipping on Golden Somme. Lumin walked over and joined him, and smiled. A glass of Golden Somme. Batna glanced at him. Someone's in a good mood. Indeed, everyone. I have encountered 2 things worth celebrating today. The first is that I've completed a commission worth more than 100,000. Impossible! Batna and the female adventurer beside him exclaimed. This bounty was even higher than Black Baronet's. How could he do it in a day? Moreover, Batna knew that Louis Berry's employer was already deceased. How could he have gotten another commission? To celebrate this, I'll treat everyone to a glass of Golden Somme. Nearly 10 adventurers said, regardless of the truth, I believe you. The second is that I have woven a tale to deceive a group of fools. But it is true that drinks are on me all the same. The adventurers and patrons booed, expressing that if they could drink for free, they didn't mind being fools. In total, Lumin spent 96 licks or 4.8 Verl d'Or, treating 12 people at the bar to a glass of Golden Somme. Observing Louis Berry, Patna silently muttered, he is genuinely happy. Late at night, aboard the Flying Bird, Lumin returned to the barely habitable master bedroom, ignited the kerosene lamp, and retrieved the dark soft cover notebook and the fake treasure map he had obtained from Demon Warlock Berman. Keep previous one? Oh. Bro. You sure? There's nothing sad happening. Alright, if you insist. What, we just had like drinks with the boys. Bathed in the yellowish light of the kerosene lamp, Lumin perused Berman's notebook. Once life slips away, spirits journey to the spirit world, except in rare cases. If I can craft the right summoning chant, a spirit guide's power could pull Helen's spirit back to our reality. That is one step to bringing her back. Upon seeing this, Lumin shook his head. If only it were that simple. He then turned the page. New gained knowledge. In ancient times, intelligent beings ventured to the underworld after death. Those deeply devout or exceptionally impactful could ascend to the corresponding deity's heaven. However, during the Fifth Epoch, a surplus of undead lingered beyond the underworld. I'm uncertain if Helen's spirit has entered the underworld or has returned solely to the spirit realm. When summoning, I must address these separately. Mixing them would guarantee failure. Despite the sea monster's formidable might, they lack the power to confine a soul. No similar occurrences manifest in that sea region. For now, the special circumstances needn't be considered. Additionally, Helen wasn't a fervent believer of EBS. I encountered Helen again today. She is entirely lost the memory of me. Her form and essence are fading. In a few short years, she will become just another undead. I have no more than 5 years. Eh? What the fuck? Am I still streaming? I gotta check. Hold on. I don't know. Is everything still okay? My OBS is fine. My Chrome just crashed. Hold on. I am streaming. Okay, sorry. My Chrome just crashed, so that's why the music stopped. So that's why I had to check. Hold on. All good on our end? Okay, thank God. Okay. My OBS didn't crash, so I figured everything, like, for you guys should be fine. But the music stopped and my Chrome crashed, so I was like, there's a chance. Kami, do you mind putting on the music once again? It stopped from my end. Do you mind just pasting it one more time? I lost it. How can I reawaken her consciousness and recover her memories? Merely providing a vessel capable of housing a departed soul doesn't seem like enough. Don't forget the moonlight waves by the city's lighthouse. They bore witness to my proposal and Helen's acceptance. Don't forget Gasparo's seafood rice. It's Helen's favorite. After every adventure, we'd return, and she'd always suggest having it. Don't forget the sunset on Endanta's volcano. That is where we met and vowed to revisit. Even as we age, we cannot let that romance fade. Don't forget. Don't forget. Don't forget. My head hurts. I raised a town leading to the deaths of 200 to 300 people. The sights of those couples, parents, and children perishing didn't bring me joy. Instead, my heart plunged into darkness. I acknowledge this as my sin, an irreversible mistake. I am aware that I am no longer the man you loved, yet I harbor no regrets. Swindlers, curse them. Ending these swindlers has rekindled a lost sense of satisfaction. Helen, if you were still alive, we might have had a child of our own, right? Why do those evil warlocks employ infants, children, and remains as essential ingredients for the creation of the dark arts? I have become even more evil than them. Helen, I have lost my way. All my endeavors have ended in failure. Helen, I aspire to acquire the Sequence 5 potion formula and ingredients of the death pathway. Helen, Fidel intervened. He warned that it would turn me into a monster and erase my memories. I refuse to forget you. Please, forgive my cowardice. Helen, I encountered an islander from the Resurrection Island. It exists. Harrison defeated me, but he spared my life, questioning why I had transitioned to the death pathway, revealing that my previous attempts were misguided. A true resurrection isn't that straightforward, explaining that within the depths of death lies everyone's mark. Only by bringing forth the corresponding mark into reality and utilizing it as a foundation to reconstruct spirit and flesh can we achieve genuine resurrection, retaining our knowledge and memories. Helen, I am overjoyed. I glimpse hope in reviving you once again. Harrison imparted knowledge of the death domain to me. Its thorough understanding of this knowledge and reclaiming their mark that he and his kin can undergo repeated deaths and resurrection, escaping the clutches of mortality. While they seldom depart that island, it is not absolute. Travel-loving islanders like Harrison have ventured to different lands, leaving the island legend imprinted in the memories of a select few humans. Those with sinister motives compiled this information into a sea map. The treasure map Mark sold us as a counterfeit, but parts of it trace back to the genuine one. Harrison, in his quest, left the Resurrection Island to eliminate the authentic map, to eradicate all who know how to reach that sea and discover the island. Helen, armed with Harrison's information, I attempted to summon a spirit from the depths of death. I succeeded, conjuring a spirit named Arden. As it was feeble, I vanquished it, collecting its blood for the ritual. Helen, forgive me. I couldn't rein in my emotions. Ever since encountering Harrison and gaining the knowledge to bring you back, impatience has seized me. I can no longer control myself. These swindlers are deserving of death. I ended the life of a swindler and numerous others. I refuse to squander any more time, hastening the ritual. Helen, I'm sorry. I failed again. Helen, have I lost my sanity? A mere retort from Fidel triggered a frenzy, leading me to slay everyone in the home. He too must die. The one who dared to threaten me and Fidel. Helen, I've failed. It's been a while since I have sustained such injuries. My body is largely undead. These wounds aren't fatal, but I lack any allies. Damn it. Helen, I missed you once again. His last journal entry, simply being Helen, I missed you once again, is so cute. It paused. I thought you did it, Kami. Lumion reached the conclusion of the dark, soft-covered notebook and fixated on the last sentence. It was as if he had transformed into a statue. After a few minutes, Lumion couldn't help but resist massaging his temples. The marks from the depths of death, the Resurrection Island, and Harrison inundated his mind, prompting a sudden regret. To ensure a clean demise for Berman, he had never intended to channel Berman's spirit. This meant he had no plans to return to Trier and bring Franca back. But his instinct now urged him to delve deeper into the resurrection method outlined by Harrison, desiring an understanding of the island where inhabitants experience repeated death and rebirth. Lumion closed the notebook and exhaled, making an effort to recollect his knowledge. He recalled hearing the words death and mark. Madame Magician had mentioned the term death mark while answering a question about the two-door figure at the Samaritan Women's Spring, a concept distinct from remnant spirits. From the depths of death. What I now know is that it is inexplicably tied to death, the underworld, and the Samaritan Women's Spring. What a pity. I wonder what Harrison from the Resurrection Island looks like. Chris, what's so sad? I don't know. Berman's recorded knowledge is in disarray. It seemed he wrote whatever thoughts occurred to him. Without him, organizing a complete resurrection ritual and the corresponding principles seemed exceedingly challenging. No, not just challenging, impossible. Berman only documented what he feared he might forget. It's so bit loud. The remaining knowledge is absent. Lumion rubbed his temples once more and unfolded the counterfeit treasure map. After careful scrutiny, he couldn't discern which parts were authentic and which spurious. He intended to send the map to Franca and Jenna at dawn, imploring them to use mysticism to differentiate the real and the fake. The next morning, Lumion wiped his mouth with a napkin and observed Ludwig grappling with the breakfast dishes. And a gentle knock echoed at the door. "Please, come in," Lumion gestured for Lugano to open the door. "Do you think I'm a fucking servant?" Lugano criticized, opening the door. It was Philip. Philip entered the room smiling. "We set sail in 2.5 hours. If you have any special items you wish to buy, do it ASAP." "I don't," Lumion responded. "By the way, you may not be aware, but Demon Warlock has been apprehended. Is that so? Lugano said. Not only was he apprehended, but he was also in the state of a corpse, Lumi asked. Who was behind this? I don't know yet. What I do know is that it is related to the Fool's Church. The adventurer Gehrman Sparrow is said to be their messenger. Could it be him who took matters into his own hands? At sea, he naturally heard about faith in the Fool and had no doubts about it. Hard to say, but anyone capable of taking Berman down has to be at least as formidable as a pirate admiral, Philip sighed. Suddenly, a commotion echoed from the gangway, and Lumin approached the window and spotted a familiar figure, Batna Comte. He and the adorable-looking female adventurer climbed aboard. Batna, are you coming to Port Santa as well? Absolutely. I'm off to witness Port Santa's sea prayer ritual. Wait, hold on. Oh my god, I'm seeing it. If Lumion does a couple of things like this again, even just sporadically, where like people start doubting like, hey, is Gehrman Sparrow back? That will herald the return of true Gehrman. Because Klein has always done stuff like this. Not on purpose, but it's just kind of worked out that way as the Fool. Where like, a thing will be a lie until it eventually becomes the truth, right? That's what's going to happen. The belief that Gehrman is back is going to herald the return of true Gehrman. Oh my god, I see it. I see it. You guys see what I'm talking about, right? Because imagine a couple more times he does this where, like, you know, he kills something and he's like, I don't want my name linked to this because, like, people are going to start coming after me or whatever. Or, like, you know, he's linked to, like, too strong a guy or whatever and I can't fight him. So he's just going to give it to the church and be like, hey, either claim the bounty for me or just keep it, like, whatever. And then everyone's going to be like, yo, that guy was, like, a sequence 5. That guy was a sequence 4. You no fucking way. Who could have done that? In the Church of the Fool? That's like the fucking fishermen people, no? That's like, they got no one cool. They got like one cool guy. They got one guy who's carrying the whole weight. He's back, baby. And then in time, one day everyone's gonna be like, no, guys, it's all a lie, okay? There's no way. Gehrman's not back, okay? You think we wouldn't have seen him? And then he's just gonna and Klein is just gonna be like, I defeated the Celestial Worthy at 8 a.m. and 46 minutes this morning. I have arrived. Among the nations of the northern continent, only the Lord of Storm and Lone wielded authority at sea. Its sailors, sea merchants, and adventurers loyal to other deities sought to evade shipwrecks, brutal weather, and need for specific protection. Certain churches established subsidiary gods, angels and saints endowed with storm and sea-related powers. Take, for instance, the sea god of the Church of the Fool. In some churches, believers were tacitly permitted to hold a partial belief in the Lord of Storm. Wait, okay, do you guys think that when Klein returns, because obviously Klein's going to return, right? Do you think that when Klein returns, he's going to send like a beaming fucking knowledge to like all believers of the Fool, like, your Lord and Savior has returned. Blessed is thy day. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. And just fucking, and Gehrman Sparrow just reappears at sea the next morning. Other churches turned a blind eye to the folklore, beliefs flourishing in ports and islands, allowing the performance of specific rituals without requiring the presence of clergymen. The sea prayer ritual of Port Santa fell into the latter category. Its folklore was believed to trace back to the Fourth Epoch, the annual event overseen by the Church of the Earth Mother. In essence, nearly nobody, neither the locals of Port Santa nor the merchants frequented the shores of Fog Sea, was aware of such a ritual. After gathering the pertinent details, Lumion made an initial assessment that either Bard or Ultraman, the culprits behind the sea prayer ritual prank, were likely locals of Port Santa. Considering the Bard's work, Rozelle's Secret Chronicles had been specifically handed over to Trier's underground booksellers for publication, Lumion believed Ultraman would be the instigator of such problems. Despite the fact that Rozelle's Secret Chronicles seemed to be more suited for sale in Intes, Lumion reasoned that if Bard had a permanent residence in the Fainapotter Kingdom, it'd be wiser to publish it under the Fainapotter Kingdom's name before selling it to Intes. Many Beyonders had underestimated the vigilance of ordinary police officers and investigators, resulting in unwanted attention and arrests by official Beyonders. Upon learning that Batna and his female companion desired to witness Port Santa's sea ritual, Lumion waved with a grin. Me too! He stepped back from the window, biding his time until nearly noon to compose a letter about his recent encounters and handling Berman's legacy. He folded the letter and wrapped it with the folds of the fake treasure and summoned Rabbit Chazal yet again. The rabbit-like spirit still sported its gold-rimmed glass. By the way, can I just say, Lumion, a mid-sequence Beyonder right now, as of right now, okay, has done more for the Church of the Fool than Force has. Can I say that? Can I say that? Did I say that? I did it, okay? That bitch has done nothing, okay? She's, maybe if you want to count, like, the contribution of, like, selling her fucking books, which are all fucking, like, you are a bum bug, okay? You are the bum here, okay? Listen, what are we counting as her fucking collaboration for the Church of the Fool? Oh, she wrote a book series about things a guy did. Bro, she literally just wrote Klein's memoir. Okay, bro. Yeah, you want me to give her credit for that? No, thank you. Okay, nope. The rabbit-like spirit creature still sported its gold-rimmed glasses and a small, blurry top hat. And then the top hat, so cute. Silently observing, Lumion then handed over the letter for Franca and Jenna. Thank you, he said. No need to thank me, the rabbit replied, removing his top hat and executing a bow. Lumion's lips twitched. Oh, I can't post a notes? Ah, fuck. The bunny's so cute. What, the rabbit just tipped its hat. That's so cute. Lumion's lips twitched as he witnessed the mutated bunny disappear, worried that this rabbit may unpredictably draw its gun and finish off the sender at any moment. One day, Lumion forgets to say thank you, and the rabbit just starts fucking blazing him up. The next time around, he resolved to caution Jenna against imparting such dangerous knowledge to the rabbit. Trier, within the Quartier de la Cathédrale Commémorative, Franca glanced at the rabbit. Leaning closer to Jenna, isn't it too dangerous to let it read the Adventure series, she said. Don't you find the rabbit adorable? Jenna smiled. Furthermore, a messenger can encounter danger. Reading more about Gehrman may make it stronger. Franca only briefly raised the issue and shifted her attention to unfolding the fake treasure map and letter. Wow, Lumion's efficacy is incredible. He aimed to punish Berman for his sins and managed to complete it in less than 12 hours. The characteristic didn't form sealed artifacts with mixed abilities, instead emerging and separating. Could it be because Berman no longer harbored madness and paranoia and his emotions calmed? There's no need to inform 007 about everything. If we encounter similar cases, Lumion may resolve it himself quickly. Everything will return to normal and peace will prevail. That way, 007 won't blame me for everything at least. So fast. Jenna couldn't believe it. Alright, bye Unknown. Appreciate you popping by, buddy. Have a good weekend. I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. I may skip tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie to you. Tomorrow may be a no stream day. We will have to see, okay? Just a heads up. Frank had previously informed Jenna that the codename of her collaborator amongst the authorities was 007. This was a criminal with a bounty of 600,000. All the money she had saved up so far added up to far less. Franca pursed her lips to think his experience in Trier and the items he possesses. He's simply a supermodel, right? If he were to be released, he'd be equivalent to a dimensional reduction strike on Beyonders without any special traits. He wouldn't be much inferior to most Sequence 5s. What do you mean, dimensional reduction strike? Akin to an adult bullying a child. Furthermore, think about it, a half-mad Beyonder like Berman is mentally, psychologically problematic, completely countered by Lumion's symphony of hatred. When facing him, all you need to do is be wary of the strange combination of abilities and avoid provoking him into becoming a monster. Now that you think about it, why do I think Berman isn't too hard to kill? Don't put it that way. It can only be said that the forced switching of pathways will indeed make one powerful and dangerous, but it also has flaws. It's easy to target. The sea sounds fun, Franca said, and the scenery is beautiful. If it weren't for the mission, I'd want to be at sea too. Jenna leaned against the sofa, reading the letter. Who wouldn't love to travel, she thought. Lumion is generous. He donated all the money and spoils to establish a charity fund. But I get it. Until now, she had been covertly providing the family of her body's original owner until now. As Franca and Jenna conversed, they both performed magic mirror divination. Both answers were unanimous. The map was real. Whether it's Berman's or the immortal Highlander Harrison, they both admit that a portion of the map is fake. It can't help adventurers reach the Resurrection Island, and they may encounter great danger. But what's fake about it? On the map, the location marked as the island lay deep within the Fog Sea. The westernmost colonial island of the Intis Republic, Oroka, was still quite a distance away. Can't distinguish the fake parts, Lumen shook his head after receiving the reply. His primary focus was to find any introduction to the ardent evil spirit that Berman had summoned. Lumen flipped through the information until evening, satiating his hunger in his room. Grabbing the golden straw hat, he descended to the deck. By that time, the flying bird had already departed Port Farim. Batna and his female companion sat at the bar. We don't know which adventurer did it either. Had it hadn't been officially announced, we wouldn't have known that Berman had been killed. No one in Port Farim's adventurer circle knew about it. Batna held the Lanty proof and said excitedly, "To think that such an adventure remains hidden in Port Farim. Indeed, we can't be arrogant. Perhaps the tramp sitting by the roadside is a powerful figure." Spotting Lumion, Batna whistled. "You're staying in first class? You that rich?" "I'm not rich. I just feel accidents happen at any moment and I can die, so why not pamper yourself, you know? What's the point of saving up if you're dead? Since you're an adventurer, you have to lead a carefree life, because who knows if there'll be a tomorrow." The female adventurer beside what Batna whispered, seemingly touched. "However, the prerequisite is that you have some savings. If you end up having fun today and go hungry tomorrow, it's not great." Man, 600,000 Verl d'Or. I wonder which adventurer obtained Berman's bounty and the items on him. Lumen picked up the absinthe he had just acquired and took a sip, savoring the faint bitterness lingering in the fragrance. The faint bitterness in his heart, too, was like, God damn it, I could have been rich as a motherfucker. In the following days, the flying bird calmly navigated the Phaenopotter Kingdom. Is the bad luck over? Did the problems disembark? Or has Berman's death stem from the major problem? Just as Port Senta was only a day away, Philip observed his subordinate deliver a telegram. "Boss, it's from your comrade in Port Farim." He scanned the contents. The adventurer who hunted demon warlock Berman is suspected to be on your ship. His name is Lewis Berry. Okay, so but then I wonder if the church is gonna put that out to the masses too, or if that's just gonna be like a hush hush, hey, listen, we don't want to talk about it. But even that's fine, because internally the churches are now going, who the fuck is that guy? I don't really give a shit if the normal adventurers know about it. Who gives a fuck? Fuck them. But the church is going, yo. The Church of God of Knowledge and Wisdom has got to be like, yo, maybe we picked the right horse, bro. This guy got to see 3 days ago. 3 days ago. And he's already slimed a guy who's worth damn near 7-figure bounty, okay? We gotta listen. Medici ain't all that. Like, okay, maybe we can take him, you know? We got a chance, boys. Philip's gaze froze. He killed Berman? Suddenly, Philip recalled the tragic scene of Room 5 as though it had been shelled. Could that have been the cause? Rumors circulated that the Church of the Fool exchanged Berman's head for a bounty the next day. But procedures like that didn't happen instantaneously. Did Louis truly kill Berman? Oh, how's it going, man? Oh, we're using your site, by the way. Thank you so much, dude. This is so fucking cool. I understand that he's a magnet for trouble. But the notion of him vanquishing Berman, and he appears unscathed. He even contained the battle impact within a room, ensuring no one overheard a thing. Could he have been the one who frightened off Bone Splitter Basil? No. He was near me and he didn't make a move. Unless Basil understood the depths of his power? A person capable of eliminating Berman could definitely deter Basil, even though Basil may not be weaker than Berman. Louis possesses the ability to silence Berman without a trace. But what caused the encounters with the Death Navigators? Though he couldn't embrace the idea that the young man who always boasted in the bar with a smile was a powerful enough adventurer to vanquish Berman, Philip hesitated to harbor too many doubts. It works quite good, Hope. Yeah, there's like slight hiccups, but like those are to be expected. So like yeah, it works fucking great, dude. Boss, should we expose Louis' identity? The crew member who delivered the telegram asked. Do you have a death wish? As I have emphasized repeatedly, when faced with anomalies, turn a blind eye unless there is a crisis. We are at sea. If we report the identities now, confirming Louis' true identity and existence won't save us or aid us until someone departs from Port Santa. Yet such inter-country cooperation requires days of communication. By the time our assistance arrives, Louis will have disembarked. Moreover, verifying his identity takes time anyway. To blow the whistle, we'd risk Louis noticing and retaliating. Is this worth it? Philip sighed, tearing up the telegram, informed the recipients and translators of the telegram to keep this information under wraps. Just as he was contemplating the romantic plans for the evening with his newfound lover, his thoughts came to a halt when he spotted Louis, the central figure of the telegram. As if sensing Louis' gaze, Lewin turned around, locking eyes with him, a subtle smile on Louis' lips, as he raised his champagne glass in his right hand, as though toasting him. Philip's entire body tensed. Is Louis merely extending a greeting, or does he know? White-headed seabirds soared gracefully under the pristine sky. At times they glided low, skimming past wooden fishing boats adorning with billowing white sails. Fishing, the vital industry of Port Santa, instilled fear and reverence for the sea in every fisherman. While they could have children who strayed from the beliefs of the Earth Mother, they couldn't bear descendants who dared to blaspheme the sacred sea prayer. Lumion, taking in the scenery different from the Intas port and Port Santa, gradually rising the mountain range in the distance, offered a prayer to the fool. The journey from Port Farim to Port Santa unfolded surprisingly uneventfully. Sounds good, Zaza. No storms, no pirates, and no encounters. This respite allowed him to engage in a few days of tranquility. He failed to find a description of Arden, the remaining evil spirit from the depths of death, whether Madam Magician omitted the information or remained unaware. We will be entering the port in less than half an hour, Lumion said. Here lay the clues of Bard and Ultraman. Of course, it could also be a trap. Lumion's body trembled with anticipation. Yes, that's coming. Lumion, hand in hand with Ludwig, trailed behind Lugano, carrying their luggage, making their way to the gangway. As they approached, Batna, Comte, and his companion, Nolfi. Perhaps influenced by Lumion's words about seizing the moment, Nolfi, who had initially insisted on separate cabins, moved in with Batna. Batna's face radiated with a flush of confidence. Louis, you don't strike me as much of an adventurer. Who brings their child out to sea? Isn't it common for adventurers to protect their employer's children? Lumion retorted. In a sense, the Church of God of Knowledge was indeed his employer. Batna, eyeing Ludwig, found Lumion's explanation reasonable, yet he couldn't help but wonder, how could the child's parents be so nonchalant about trusting their child to an unfamiliar adventurer? At the same time, he is my godson, Lumion added. Understanding dawned on Batna. Oh, I'm glad I was able to help. Alright, no worries, Hope. I appreciate you, buddy. Have a good weekend. Where do you plan on staying? Shall we attend the ritual together? I'm not sure. If the gods will, our paths may cross again, Lumion said. Batna, accustomed to Lumin's occasional seer-like words, detected nothing else inside. I hope our paths cross again. Lumin smiled and offered a parting reminder. Do you know Highlanders? A bit, Batna said. Gesturing towards Nolfi, her mother is a native of Port Santa, carrying blood from Faina Potter and Intes. That explains your desire to experience the sea prayer ritual. Not only is Louis generous and warm, but he also has a knack for humor. He appears quite professional, Batna commented before leaving the port. He said to Nolfi, he didn't disclose their lodging just now, clearly unwilling to unveil his employer's circumstances. He likely came to Port Santa to escort that child home. Nolfi nodded. You shouldn't have asked. That adventurer's companions are only in the present. We may not cross paths again in the future. You've been influenced by Lewis's life philosophy, Batna noticed. Grab a few newspapers related to maritime news rumors. We've been out at sea, and we're out of the loop. Is it gonna say it? Suddenly, Nolfi's eyes narrowed, and her grip on the paper tightened. What's wrong? Batna asked. There's a rumor in Port Farim that the adventurer who hunted the demon warlock is... What? Well, what's his name? Batna asked. Louis Barry. Let's go! Let's go! It's so peak! Oh, it's so peak! Lumion, Ludwig, and Lugano. Fuck, dude, I genuinely, I'm having so much fucking fun reading this fucking volume, and the fact that these motherfuckers are named Lumion, Ludwig, and Lugano is genuinely killing me. I fucking hate, bro, cuttlefish, what the fuck? Do you not have tongue twisters in China? What the fuck are we talking about, bro? As Lumion stepped off the gangway, his attention was drawn to a woman in a black nun's attire and a matching hat. Could it be the weeping woman I glimpsed through the mystery-prying glasses? Lumin pondered. As he moved forward, his mind raced with plans. What am I gonna name Ludwig? Lulu? Can I just name them Lululemon? Can I... If all three of them are in a sense, I'm just gonna say Lululemon. We're patiently waiting, okay? This is what we're doing now. This is fucking... Jesus Christ, what the fuck are we talking about, bro? Firstly, he needed to find an inn at the Harbor District. Secondly, he had to compose a letter to Madame Magician notifying her of his arrival in Port Santa. The situation involved the Celestial Worthy and potentially playing into Loki's schemes. Carelessness was not an option. Lan, Larry, and Liam. Write a message to Madame Magician. Write a message. Lumin's pupils dilated. Throughout his days of the ship, he had forgotten to write to Madame Magician. He had intended to consult her, questioning the significance of the frequent occurrences, yet he had completely forgotten. Could the nun lady be Bard? I don't think Ultraman being a woman makes any sense. I mean, she could be, but that would just be silly. Oh, Kami, you are the goat, dude. Thank you. Hold on, sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm back. Over the mountain. Okay, this might be the last chapter, or we might do one more, depending on if this is a good place to end. We can end here. If not, we can go to the next chapter. Okay. It was today, amidst Lumin's contemplation of his next moves, that he seemed to snap out of a dreamlike trance. The realization was more unsettling than a battlefield injury, sending shivers down his spine. Had this situation escalated, he may have died without even realizing. It feels like deja vu. In Dardel, Lugano and I unintentionally overlooked the option of escaping, searching for a pretext to enter the town and investigate. The woman he had seen weeping on the flying bird was a source of derangement, a humanoid sealed artifact that had escaped its restraint. After leaving Dardel, she had reached Port Gaiety and boarded the flying bird. Could she be influencing the minds of those around her, erasing thoughts that may pose a threat? Or, as Anthony had speculated, did she naturally implant mental cues, causing observers to overlook her existence? Sequence Beyonder's powers should be actively forgotten about or abandoned. The classification wasn't determined by her, but the individual's self. Awareness. If they believed the person to be a high sequence Beyonder, then they were so. Once she disembarked and ceased planting those cues, the overlooked issues could be recalled. Fortunately, the artifact remained dormant on the ship, or I might have lost control and become a monster. Apart from me and Ludwig, she also played a part in scaring off the bone splitter Basil. Quite funny from the perspective of a notorious pirate. Choosing an ordinary merchant ship for plunder, Basil found himself faced with 3 escalating waves of malice. Dude, true. Imagine being like a big shot at sea. You go to plunder like a regular basic bitch ship and you're like, there's fucking the aura of 3 angels on that motherfucker. What are we talking about? I'm not fucking with all... For what? Like 10,000 world door? What are we talking about? Were the strange death navigators also drawn by her? Initially, Lumin felt fear, but a joy washed over him. This revelation confirmed that his contribution to the calamities was minimal, as Aurora had suggested. Lumin could accept such frequency. Only the demon warlock could be attributed to him. With determination, Lumin retrieved the post-it note and wrote, "Find a nearby motel and write to Madam Magician. Focus on the death mark and the humanoid sealed artifact." After folding the note and stowing it away, Lumin utilized Lugano's interactions with the dock inhabitants to inquire about nearby motels. And addressed, "Termi Boris, you failed to notice such an artifact. Why would I warn you?" Oh, you have learned the art of sophistry. Lumin turned to Ludwig. I wonder if this kid's awareness stems from the Church of Knowledge's seal or a belief that there was no danger since the woman hadn't gone mad. Port Santa stood divided, its territory sliced into thirds. Ass kicked and almost wiped at the boss to do that music chain. Aw, thanks, buddy. The remaining 2/3 of realm reserved for merchant ships witnessed a constant influx of passengers. Dude, okay, that is one thing I will say. It keeps pausing without, like, you or me doing it. I don't know why, but it does. The mechanical cranes labored tirelessly. Amidst the pungent scent of fish, Lumion maintained an outward calm, sometimes his gaze wandering to the distant mountain range. The music just finished. You didn't loop, I think? No, I have loop on. Oh, I think I know what the case is, though. Because I think you and I are in different parts of the song, so when it looped for you, it started for you, but since mine was still in the middle, mine just stopped, because our music is at different points. Oh, okay. I think I realized what's causing the issue. Okay, that makes sense. Because, like, right now, mine just looped now. I'm at 10 seconds right now. Now, obviously, you'll hear this a couple seconds later, but you should be decently ahead. Amidst the pungent scent of fish, Lumion maintained an outward calm, sometimes his gaze wandering to the distant mountain range. Tasking Lugano and Ludwig with selecting 2 candidates, Lumin delegated the decision-making, ultimately selecting an unassuming motel named Solo. The name Solo, translating to sun, you're at a minute, exactly, yeah. Although the Sphenopotter Kingdom didn't subscribe to EBS faith, instead venturing to the venerating the Earth Mother, the prevalence of sunlight in their environment resulted in the frequent use of words like Solo and Soros. Lumion removed his straw hat, shielding him from the October sun, and secured a suite. Official currencies in the Phenopotter included Riso, Seta, and Degen. Legend has it that before the kingdom split from the southern central regions, the Church of the Earth Mother and the Church of God of Knowledge jointly governed the land. Unlike the Lone Kingdom's unconventional pound system, Phenopotter's currency was designed by scholars in the Church of Knowledge. By the way, now that I think about it, would one of the original establishers of the Lone Kingdom also be like a transmigrator? Cause pounds. Or are we just attributing that to cuttlefish? I don't know. Having exchanged for 1,000 Riso, Lumion held a variety of Setas and Degans. After setting the bill and ascending to his quarters, Lumion's attention was drawn to a young woman with long brown hair and freckles. She greeted the proprietor using the term Highlander for grandfather. The owner and his cheekbones tinged the sun. Would it just be Adam? But how would Adam affect the entirety of Lone? Huh? Yeah? Unless you're saying like Adam was one of the fucking people who founded Lone. Huh? What are you talking about? The owner, his cheekbones tinged by the sun, warmly embraced the girl. Unfamiliar to Lumion, puzzled, he turned to Lugano. "Oh, Delva, it's so good to see you, my little cabbage." "Little cabbage," Lumion echoed. "Don't you know that there are many descendants of Dariej here?" Lugano said. "The distant mountain range is the Pyrej mountain range. You folk prefer calling it the Dariej mountain range." At that moment, Lumion understood. "Is this south of the Dariej mountain region?" "Southwest. The Dariej mountain region is a few hours away by train. In between, you'll find vast plains, pastures, and numerous towns. As you may know, every autumn, shepherds from the Dariej region migrate to the southern plains for grazing. Some settle, while others seek opportunities for work. If you head northwest, Highlander may not be necessary. Many people there are familiar with Intesian, and I have a cousin who was a widow initially." See, I'm assuming you probably just didn't pause it, but something happened on your side, but like... She saved up grazing and helped the herdsmen develop business related to sheep's cheese, wool, and more. Eventually, they saved enough to start a vineyard. Her husband valued her opinions. I just finished it, but I did put it back at 50 seconds. I think the timing is also what? Because I'm at 50 seconds now. Yeah, so hopefully we're pretty close. Listening to Lugano's insight, Lumion recalled a piece of information Aurora had once shared. The Dariej mountain range acted as a barrier against the cold winds heading south. Consequently, the Gaia province, situated south of the Dariej mountain region, enjoyed abundant sunlight and warmth even in winter. Abruptly, another thought crossed Lumion's mind. Could it be that most of the Beyonders caught by shepherds like Pierre hailed from this area? Given the presence of a thriving port in a mountain range, it makes sense that there would be many Beyonders. If that were the case, perhaps my hunter-provoker and even pyromaniac characteristic may be from this region. And I'm here now. Why do I smell the scent of inevitability? "How many children did your cousin have?" Lumion asked. 3, Lugano replied. If she hadn't had kids, would her husband be so obedient? Lumion aware of the belief of the Earth Mother? "Definitely not," Lugano said. As the conversation unfolded, the trio ascended to the 5th floor, entering a suite. Lumion strolled to the balcony, casting his gaze at the rugged mountain range. After nearly 15 minutes, Lumion returned and began writing a letter to Madame Magician. "Wow. See? What did I say? Lumion will definitely encounter the source of the derangement again," Franca said. They were heading to the Trier catacombs. In the preceding days, Jenna harbored a desire to visit the Crismona Night Pillar again, hoping to uncover something. Yet she hesitated to approach, fearing it may attract the suspicion of the demoness sect. Residing with Franca offered no guarantee of safety. Thanks to Anthony's introduction... Hold on. She finally secured a mission at a mysticism gathering, providing a valid pretext. Her employer tasked her with venturing to a specific family tomb on the catacomb level 3, retrieving an antique tear catcher for her. Alright, let's do last chapter now. We'll end it here, okay? 5:35. I think we did like 10 chapters today or something. Pretty good. Good evening, unhinged son. Oh. Did you pause or did it just get paused? Jenna completed reading Lumien's words and lapsed into silence for a few moments. Not doing anything? Okay, what the fuck? The origin of the derangement is genuinely formidable. Lumien unknowingly endured its effects for nearly half a month. Luckily, the woman's ailments didn't erupt, or everyone on the ship would have died. Jenna contemplated for a moment, convinced that if she were in Lumien's spot, the outcome would be the same. Hence, sealed artifacts above level 2 wield immense power, but they're not practical for most situations. Their mere existence brings catastrophe to those around them, Francas enlightened her companion. She conveyed this information, a matter of judgment, not 007. This decision arose from the unpredictability of the emergency communication methods. What if 007 happened to be occupied and didn't go to that location? Considering the imminent danger from derangement, Franca didn't want to waste time, and with Madame Judgment's real-world identity, contacting the official Beyonders of the Phaenopotter Kingdom was assured. This matter settled, Franca and Jenna reached the catacombs quickly. Having soon followed Lumien to the 3rd level, they had drawn valuable information from him. The place was now familiar to them both. Soon they entered a small square illuminated by a burning light candle. Jenna reflected for a moment and to Franca's confusion approached a sacrificial pillar representing EBS and said, "Praise the sun!" She was seeking protection. "Why are you becoming more and more like Lumien?" Franca said. "Damn it, how do I resemble him?" Jenna said. "In terms of faith flexibility, like me, I only praise the fool. I didn't say anything like buy Steam. Because we truly believed once, okay?" Suddenly she halted, as if moving to curse herself. Fuck, I do resemble him. Franca had only been teasing. After praising the fool, she left the sacrificial square with Jenna and headed to the Chrismona Night Pillar. Thanks to Lumien's information, they navigated past the skeletal blockage on the road in the dim environment. As Franca what the fuck? Why does it keep pausing, motherfucker? As Franca walked, an idea crossed her mind. Do you think we'll have to hold a lit white candle in our hands? Should we hold them above our heads? Accustomed to Franca's peculiar thoughts, Jenna said, "You can give it a try. Forget it. There's no need to be curious." She looked at Jenna beside her and said, "Why are you dressed like that?" "Jenna, now in a black dress and dark bonnet." "I'm playing the part of a witch to add a mysterious touch." "You've clearly put in the effort," Franca said. "What about you? Since Gardner's demise, have you not only found the opportunity to digest pleasure with someone?" "It's not difficult to find someone if I wanted. If it doesn't work out, I'll turn down Brown at an opportune moment and see if she takes offense. If she truly experiences pleasure, she may join." Damn, why did I tell all this to Jenna? What a disgrace. Besides, this is an opportunity. Relying solely on the matters in bed and physical prowess can slowly digest the potion, also aligning with the negative characteristics of a demoness. But I keep feeling that pleasure shouldn't be limited to this. Taking advantage of the absence of a target for physical pleasure, I want to calm down and experience and explore other possibilities. For instance, captivating a man's heart, bringing joy merely by being around them, providing pleasure through interaction. Damn it, I despise such women the most, Franca thought. Jenna was taken aback. Something along those lines. At any rate, that's the gist, Franca said. In the dim candlelight, Franca pressed by a newly constructed tomb beside an ancient one. A sudden frown creased her forehead. If I had sighed and hinted at the stagnation of my digestion due to the absence of pleasure painter, would Jenna offer sympathies? Ugh. Franca's thoughts raced, but she remained vigilant, especially when she noticed the jumbled bones strewn across the roadside. Finally, they reached the Crismona Night Pillar. Franca studied it for a moment and said, "It is reminiscent of the one in the Fourth Epoch Trier, albeit smaller." "Do you sense anything peculiar?" She turned to Jenna. No, Jenna replied. Faina Potter Kingdom. Slowly, Lumen received a reply from Madam Magician. "Have you faced the dread of a Grade 1 artifact? Repeating it won't imprint as deeply as experiencing it firsthand. This is likely the power of a high-sequence beyonder of the spectator pathway, constantly shaping the thoughts and perceptions of those around it. Remember, beware the spectator. The sealed artifact has other powers as well. I'm uncertain if it belongs to the evil gods. For now, you needn't pursue. We'll liaise with the Earth Mother Church through Mr. Moon." Reading this, Lumion muttered to himself, "I'd rather not get involved." It was just like him and the sealed artifact being on the same voyage, heading in the same direction. Suddenly, he gleaned a vital detail. Mr. Moon of the Tarot Club was related closely to the Earth Mother Church. We're also probing Resurrection Island's existence. Mr. Hangman and Madam Hermit are leading the investigation. They have theories but can't confirm it yet. If they need your aid, they will ask. However, don't search for the island now. It is very, very dangerous. The death mark is a lingering essence of death. Ordinary humans leave one mark. Certain sequences of certain pathways can leave many. Such marks erode and merge with death, lasting longer for higher in status or with special abilities. As for ordinary low-sequence beyonders, the death mark won't exist for anything beyond a few years. Setting up a ritual to summon the death mark is nearly impossible. Even a true god wouldn't dare approach the essence of death. I suspected something amiss with the ardent evil spirit Berman summoned. The decline in Berman's mental state may have started with that spirit. Perhaps the spirit isn't dead. The ardent evil spirit leaving behind traces and easily dispatching Berman isn't dead? What a storyline. Even Madam Magician remains clueless about the nature of this creature. This behavior seemed like that of a mad individual. In her closing remarks, Madam Magician cautioned, "Exercise caution during your investigation. Should you have difficulties, do not hesitate to seek aid from the Knight of Swords." There's no need for that, Lumion replied. This stemmed from a lack of leads or information. If he were to correspond with the Knight of Swords, Lumion didn't know what to inquire about or what kind of existence to ask. Alright, 535 done. Ain't no fucking way. Okay, sorry, my OBS crashed there for a second. We're good. We're good. Yeah, we're finished reading, Zaza. Okay, I'm gonna give this 11 minutes until 2:30, and then I'm calling it. I don't care. It's been so long that I just genuinely don't give a shit about it anymore. You can have the win if that's what it takes. I don't care. Okay. But hold on. I have faith that we can do this. Hold on. Dude, genuinely? Fuck, man. If I just didn't go with his piece of shit third word, I would have been just fine. This game's not even that hard. But I'm doing this with Zaza's fucking handicap. Okay? Zaza. Okay, yeah, sure, bro. Even just concede it? No, kill yourself. No, I refuse. Okay, I just need one word. Okay, I have one word that'll do it. So this can be my last one, but then I just need one for the moment, okay? So it can be like... Fuck. E doesn't work. This is so shit. This is such a dog shit kick. Only one valid guess? What? Why? Oh, because the D can't be here. Oh, this is so sad. Oh, this is so sad. Even that doesn't work. I thought that was it. I thought that was it. I thought I had that. Oh my god. There's so many words, dude. There's so many words, and they're all fucking... Okay, Zaza. Oh my god, he's genuinely trying so hard to make me crash out, and the worst part is it's working a little by little. It's genuinely like little by little, it's actually working, and I hate it. Ah, dude, literally anyone else, and I'd just be like, fine, you win, I don't care. And dude, hey, you already said you expect I would land in like 130. What does that put me at? Highly intelligent? Like extra? No, 120 is like highly intelligent. Oh yeah. Nah, I can't take it back now, buddy. Oof, sorry. It's in record. It showed up on stream. It's here forever now. It will remain on the internet, okay? Rain. Fuck, man. There's no N. I thought too highly of you. Yeah, your mom didn't. Because the vile things we did. Ooh. So cringe, dude. Okay. 4 words. What potential fucking words are there? This is so sad. I don't have to fucking. Oh my god. Fuck. Oh. I must be the 3rd letter. I fucking hate you, Zaza and Nagito. I swear to God, I'm gonna genuinely ban the 2 of you. Holy shit. No, that's a word? I'm gonna head out. Yeah, see you, Chris. You're good. I'm gonna end stream in like 3 minutes anyway. Yeah, alright. Fine. You win, Zaza. Happy. Kill yourself.